All right, so if you're like me, you're a huge fan of the Uponor piping system. Some of the folks at Uponor reached out to me. They had seen some of my other videos and they asked if I would make them a video specifically addressing how their piping system does under freezing conditions. So they sent me some fittings and pipe, and so here's what we're gonna do. I've got here a 1/2-inch coupling, 1/2-inch 90, and then what we're gonna do that's different that I haven't seen in any other video is a ball valve like this. It's actually a stop and waste ball valve. So this unthreads, has a rubber washer in it, so when you turn this off, you can open it up and drain water out downstream to help it from freezing conditions too, drain your system down. But we're going to include this in this test to see how it does. So this is completely full of water. I put 2 PEX caps on each side here. That was the best way I could do it to make sure that all the air was out of the system, so we knew it was just water. So this is completely full of water right now. So what we're going to do, we're going to put this in the freezer overnight. We're going to revisit it tomorrow and see how it does. Okay, so we just pulled this out of the freezer, and I'll be honest with you, it's been about 4 days. I was only going to leave it in there for a little while, but I honestly forgot about it. So it's been about 4 days that thing has been in here, and you can see where it's probably going to have a little bit of condensation on it as it starts to thaw out, but everything looks very well intact. You can actually hear it. It's definitely frozen. Everything looks, like I said, pretty well intact, but we're going to let this thing thaw out and just make sure it's good. All right, so we're all thawed out, and honestly, I was pretty sure the Uponor piping system would do fine when it froze. Didn't have any problems with it. Even the ball valve with that little thing I was a little bit concerned about did great. So it was fine, but let me explain to you a little bit about why. When you put Uponor pipe together, you actually expand it. So a lot of you guys, if you're plumbers, you've seen this, but you put this in here and you expand it. So when Uponor expands, it goes from 1/2-inch inside diameter to, I measured it pretty accurately, and it goes to about 5/8 of an inch inside diameter when you expand it. And then you put this fitting in and everything squeezes down and it makes the watertight seal. But if you think about it, when water freezes, it expands, and that's what causes pipes like copper and even CPVC to burst. With Uponor, when you expand it, since it goes from 1/2-inch to 5/8 of an inch, that's actually growing in diameter about 25%. When water freezes, it can grow in diameter about 10%. So that's why the Uponor pipe does so well. When it freezes, it just has so much room to expand and then contract, and it holds up real well during freezing. Thanks for checking out the video. I've got other ones up on Rising Tide Plumbing on YouTube, or I'm dedicated to teaching all about plumbing 4 minutes at a time. All right, guys, thanks a lot.